have a discussions on today's topic, which is IEEE standard for floating point numbers. So in this lecture, we'll see the two aspects. One is single precision and the other one is double precision. Okay. So let us begin with single precision. So what we have the information, let us glance it and we'll go for the single precision. Okay. So so look at this complete data what we have here. So we have uh, the sign bit. What we have here is completely sign bit and the exponent part and mantissa part. So this is what we have seen in the previous lecture. So let us continue with it. Let us begin with today's session on how to compute a number. Let us take an example of, I'll give a number. So let us take an example and then how shall we convert that number into its equivalent IEEE standard format. Say for example, we have a number 85.125. Okay, so this number was in decimal format. Now we need to convert this number to its equivalent IEEE format, IEEE floating point number format. So how do we convert? So this can be converted in two ways. So IEEE standard. So this is also called as a 754 standard, IEEE standard 754. So we have two options ending up with this. So if we take this number, we can convert this into 32-bit format, so that we can call it as single precision. And same thing, we can also convert it to double precision. So this can be converted into 64-bit value. So that will be called as double precision. Alright, so let us look at this background of this standard. What is this IEEE standard 754? So we all know that IEEE has made a standard for floating point numbers. All this standard is being done for what? Done for a floating point numbers. So floating point numbers, they are made uh, floating point numbers, they are made this format. So it's technically called as IEEE 754. So this technically it is called by this name, IEEE 754. And this what they are going to do is, and they started this around in 1985. This year they have started this standard. So we know that IEEE stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. So this standard is going to address many problems what we found in using floating point implementations. Okay, so this popularly called IEEE standard 754. That's what we wrote it here, right? So let us see an example of this. This standard is being used in most of the computers. Let us say we use Intel based computers, MacBooks and Unix platforms. All of them will use these kind of corresponding standard. And there are many ways to use this standard. Okay, so and if you take any of this precision, single precision and double precision, so we need three names, the frequent use names what we use here. Okay, the first name what we use here, the first one we use is sign. Okay, so second one is called exponent. So it can be single precision or it can be double precision. So these things are what have been frequently used. One is sign, second one is exponent. Okay, the third factor what we use here is your mantissa. To make it simple to you, so this is, let us say, a format. The first bit will be sign bit, second bit will be exponent bit, and third will be the mantissa bit. So this way it will be represented. So this is sign bit, this is 1 bit value. Okay, if we talk about 32-bit single precision, let us say for example, this value will be around 8-bit value, and remaining 9 and 32, so this around 23 bits value will be for the mantissa. Okay, so keeping this on in our input, now let us try to figure it out for double precision. This is for single precision. If you take same thing for 64-bit, these values will change in this way. So if you take this format, One is sign bit, next one is your exponent value, and next is your mantissa value. So this sign bit is again single bit here. This exponent will be 11 bit, and this mantissa value will be around 52 bits. Okay, that's the basic difference between these two, 32 bit and 64 bit. This is called as single precision. So this, whereas this is called as what? Single precision, and the 64 bit is called as double precision. Okay, so we can convert this corresponding IEEE 754 numbers are divided into two bases based on the components single precision and double precision. Okay, in single precision we have 31 bits and 32 bits on total, and double precision we have 64 bits. Okay, so let us take this example and look forward what we can understand from that. Let us go into the numericals. Yeah, okay, so the example what we have taken here is 85, okay, and 125, 85.125. So this corresponding number we need to convert it to its IEEE equivalent format. So to do this we have different steps. So let us say the step one, what we need to do is you convert this given number into its equivalent binary number. So convert to binary. Okay, so this 85 we have here, this 85 if you convert into binary, so you need to repeatedly divide it by 2. Okay, if you do like that, you can able to convert it to number 1010101, and there is a shortcut for this doing to binary. You can use this shortcut here is 8421, okay, and 16 32 64. Now the number given what we have got here is around 85. So 64 I am writing 1, 32 is 0, 16 is 1. So if we add the number 64, 74, 80, we got 80. So we need 5. So 4 and 1. Remaining values 8 is 0, 2 is 0. What I mean to say here is, so 64 is 1, 16 is 1, 4 is 1, and 1 it is 1. If you add this 64 plus 16 plus 4 and plus 1. So it's like if you can add the number 64, 16, 4 and 1. So 10 plus 5 here, it is 85. Okay, this way we can easily convert any given number into its binary, or you can repeatedly divide that number by 2, you can get the corresponding values. Okay, all right. So this has been known to you. If you don't know this, you can just have an idea about it. 8421 code you can able to use and easily convert any number into its equivalent binary number. So we know that 85 equivalent binary is this number 1010101. Sorted, done. Next, so what about this 125 what we have here? So we have 125 here, 0.125. This also we need to convert it. How do we do it? 0.125. If you multiply this by 2, we are going to get how much? 0.25. And again this 0 we take it out here, and this 0.25 you take it in this input. 0.25 multiply by 2, you're going to get as 0.50. Take the 0 out here, the 0.50 you take again as input. 0.50 into 2, you're going to get as 1.00. Okay, until when, where we have to do it? Until we get the repeated numbers completely, or how many decimals you want to convert, that you can do it. So if you take this 0.00, how many times you want to multiply it by 2, that will lead to you as 0.00, which means you're going to get same value. Okay, so we can stop up to this point. So this 0.125 value will be equivalent to 001. This is the equivalent binary value. So altogether, step 1, let us conclude. So it is 10101.001. So this is the equivalent binary value. So step 1 is done. Now what is step 2? What to be done next? What is the step 2? What has to be done next to convert this number into its equivalent IEEE standard format? We need to convert. So we need to normalize it. How do we normalize that? So In order to normalize this, let us see a simple technique what to be invented here. Now we just figure it out how many values are there, how many number of zeros are there here, how many number of values are there after this decimal point. So 1, 2, 3, this 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, total 4 here and 2 here. So 6 decimal points you can normalize, which means I want to write as 1 point something, right? So second step is to normalize this. Okay, to normalize this, what I am trying to do, 10101001.001, this is the input what we have collected. Now we can rewrite this number as 1.0101, then see 1.010101. So this way we can write. Is that correct? But yes, if you multiply this by 2 power 6, we multiply this by 2 power 6, which means we have moved 6 locations to the other side, the decimal point, so we are multiplying by 2 power 6. What if you have 2 more numbers here, it will become 2 power 8, so like that. Okay, so this way we are going to normalize this. This is called as normalization, right? Now here comes with your single fraction. So what to be done with single fraction? So single fraction, if you want to do, it's very simple. The third step is your single fraction value. We know that single fraction value will be, if you want to find E dash, so E dash will be the value of E plus bias. Okay, so this bias value will be the exponent value. We got here, if you see this one, we got here 6, right? So this is the value what we got, 6, this one. So the 6 we got. So what is the exponent value? Exponent value is 127. So we can able to write that as 127 plus 6, it is around 133. Now we need to convert this 133 to its equivalent binary. So it will be 10000101. So this what is your E dash value. Now what about the mantissa part? So this is your mantissa part. So from here to here, this is your equivalent mantissa part. Okay, so normalized mantissa value, the M value, normalized mantissa value will be 0101010001. So this way it is. Okay, and remaining values, how many we have? All these values will be zeros. As we discussed earlier, the sign bit S equals to 0, and exponent value is how many bits? It is 8 bits. So if you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we got 8 bits here. This is 8-bit number. Okay, and what about this mantissa? This mantissa part is 23 bits. Okay, but we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bits. So 9 bits are done. So remaining number of bits are all zeros. Okay, so which means to conclude this, if you want to represent this in terms of IEEE 754 format, so it will be in this format what we wrote, right? The first one is sign. So sign bit is 0, let us say. So sign bit is 0. This is sign bit, and the exponent part E dash will be 100000101. This part. Okay, we wrote it. And further 23 number of bits will be there here for the mantissa. So we got as 01 01 01 001. So if we count this number of bits here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, remaining values will be zeros. 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23, because it is 23 bit, so remaining values are zeros. It is 8 bit, it is 1 bit. So this way we can able to represent single precision value for the complete 85.125. So this 85.125, this was represented in this format in single precision. And the next lecture we'll see how do we represent that in double precision.